Honorable Paul Begay Jr.
Honorable Paul Begay is present.
Honorable Paul Begay Jr. is present. Honorable Pernell Halona.
Halona is present.
Honorable Pernell Halona is present. Honorable Charlene So. Honorable Edison J. Wanika.
I'm here.
Honorable Edison J. Wanika is present. Honorable Vice Chair Carl R. Slater. Honorable Charlene So. Honorable Chair Daniel So, you have 4 members present, which constitutes a quorum. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Nota. At this time, colleagues, I know there was a call with the speaker and his staff earlier this morning. Did those proceedings involve a prayer? Colleagues, did you understand my question? Okay, since there's no response, Honorable Pernell Halona, can you hear me?
Mr. Chair, Delegate Halona left the room briefly, and he's returning shortly. He just went to next door.
Okay. In that case, should say Honorable Paul Begay, you provide us invocation.
Yet Ebenes Chair So, other Shanala, Vice Chair Slater, members of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee, also to our staff, and today's presenters, all those in the listening audience, this morning's teleconference. Kodoshi Yada di Nito Citizen Behadati Zito Ebikeho Adanit Edo Lestisha. It had the Yenlini, Ya Ashte, Kodon, Kinadan T, Ranho Ade. Ade in Shantin Kodon Hikinadan, Flat, Benda, Hana, or Tango Ko. Oya, Nachini, Clinido, no Whitney, Clean Gokon, Nick Echo Eya, Art on the Il, Adon, Nick Echo Eya Hoka. The Benebig Equa, Sahnani, Fishwata, Atanda, Nazgo, Health, Education, Human Services, Bentito Chigo Econ. Kodo Hanahal Jishigi do Kode Nado Hakobi or Besocho Ido Lefigi a chain Dani Nika Ea Bane Kai Oko Dia Quagan Sakis Natahagi Don Sakis Ado Sad that Egida Beneka Dilo Bohanet Nago Econ Nikidan Ea Bana Iliado Lef Beso than Lingi Chudedo Insko Jungo E Bastanata Seat Nildole. Ado ya shehadi akwiche ya dod akwiche kon chitniti halati ke belashlai no kad ne belashlai ni klinigit so do benil ada o ibn nachia odin has ade ya bakacho bad adi nisha ko di kotego ian kitlas antishin ko Bahir Nixon, the content meeting is already competition, something clinic at all that is next. Because what got all the get that so he is a big housing, not is next. aro kon hije hatati higido nikilta dil negida sto wakati lo sto yate azan ko ohne sta ko ikon neche hanne adido listo iyat fi hob sikinda dilne ado dalson hidne nakhaba kholiya ashon ta kuich enda haztito ado le do yat hoda nada hanne sa kodi akot ego iya san kistahon eda ado penda da khot ego as thi go ye khot ego I kistahon na njol da kon kin khahon ne ko I kon chidla a kon hati lo that ni go iya to kui go shin it na shin la das ne to sa shin iya pa ta ho Tris mahta ho ado bennet das budget das schon des nedien lini kon haben nicht oder budget ja na habe ich gedacht ja ich ja ich hatte doch ja ich habe da heute ado shi da ich ja als art ego so das ein ja chudeto in kod so ja so das ein den Nielsen go iban sikisto nicht link go dort an ni go iban sikisto ko hat ich in ort la shi tuni ich eba in kligo eti da hot in digi belady ka ado ja in da dort le ado die kone das nicht geht da so begann has an die hat ich go has an dort الجنوب إياه أتحليان دولة لو ساتي أتيه يا دول ساكيس أتيه إيدي يعني سدا كيسوية يدا كيدولة يو قد إيجو إياه بسن دخوي دو أستا بغانقو وأتشني لهان سخانقو أدو دي خيشين إياه شده قد إيجو إياه يوش بسنت دنا إيدخلت إيجو إيجوهات نيجو إيباهن هانشين إيجو إياه نسدس كيس أرو بالنتاس يكي تنكيدا إيشي محتاج أنكو شيدا دات أيد تو إيشين تو باسوديلسن لا جليدا تريدو تو ياتي كنت توكل كي ينت توكل تو يوت نينت توكل يكت إيجو إيه ياتي بهنا ثاني هستوي ليدولس بهنا ثاني سنن ليدولس دي كنت إيجو باسوديلسن دا سنكتنا باسوديلسن تيشتي بن ويدو خهول أدو دي تريدو تشيكي دا باسوديلسن أدو سيد ناس كاي بعد هاتشو باسا داس أستانا نهاز
Children
نالا هستيني نالا سندن خاز توين زاني دا يشبطو أدو سيدي كنت أشوية نيكيا فكابو نادا هسكلي نكسايا كونه نكي هول دو ديات إيكو إيه تكوندا هسلين بطين دي أتي إيا دي نهل ساحكي أتي آخد إيكو نكيلهز آنكو دي باشي نيتزن داتسو ندا جاشي بنينان تهون أدو أتخيني كودا كون تهون أبيد نحكو دو تسيجيدا أن تهون أكون نهز أكوت إين دي إيا تكودو نكسايدا ييكو باشي نيتزن because of these and the cushion is card or the cushion that is called I show you icon because of this and certain even that you could even John going to down children date so I'll close it out so to your I don't try it now right that so just try it alone the I thought what to your I don't keep it last like clean Hatishi is get to upon ball town, what they go even Benedict in not what they go and his father. I wrote this thing not art so. But so deals and Aho one do how Ado Mato share chain, another Masan, but another thing, another son, Adon Hagi, watching a yat ego, you to yat kit or less, Ado Ia. The next son or yat, Bonnet son or the son, a bonnet son. Skedo cheke bonnet zanu dan lidol yat yada ho dishig parts to the hanegi e now and to ha and zagon that outlet you would ego basotil aro anli thanas and lahs ange aro tsaga hotzan Hos doha hos doja ado yo toje shipi toje so iya not ahya not ngi ate hobat neil stoles and they can chris anja Washington aro da yidi kon bishwans ana iya chanda kadobend banan shidikh so ni khaba akhol yado yate ho ikon ni ke ya ka nahi do khato ba chni ya nahi do kha di hot ego ba so til zin da hun so go iya ti benebi iya so da zin nanish glad or so kon se na nandi nda so iya ben hajin ba gido ben hikich ba nixon yeah yod Jesus Christ bishop in the face of this and all that amen.
I can't dance a check. The you know, there's a need. They can see to open the check. Channel need all it. So, in that way, if she doesn't need all it, they what out a settle. Well, we need to, but the yeah, eho, need eho, and that's it. So, that's what yeah, eho, it's just a whale juice. What Ayla committee members are those? Do you have any announcements? Sheila, if there's no announcement, let's go to recognizing guests and visiting officials. So the folks on the call, please identify yourself. And the folks in the room also.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Perfilia Fowler, Division of Human Resources on the call. Thank you.
Sheila.
Good morning, Lavita Miestas with the Department of Education.
Good morning, Dr. Carmen Moffett, Department of Education.
Good morning, this is Denise Thomas, Department Manager for Office of Dene Youth and CEO for Boys and Girls Club.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. This is Deanna Neswagishi, Navajo Nation Division of Social Services, Executive Director.
Morning.
This is Marlinda Littleman.
I'll be I give a cargis anybody else?
This is Brenda Sosi, Division of Social Services.
Please.
Okay. This one over here. This is the one you have to yell at.
Oh, okay.
Chair, we have a couple of members of the Administration of Social Services, so they're going to try and yell into the speaker right now.
Good morning, this is Marlinda, Division Director, Division of Social Services. Brenda Sosi, Division of Social Services, Principal Accountant.
Yante Bennett, this is Julia Mitchell, Department of Dene Education, Office of Dene School Improvement. Adot Nana A, Natlan Initial, Toy Katlini, Bashish Chain, Tagabaha Dashache, Arabit Ani Dashanale, at 8 Danosco.
Hello, this is Oliver Arviso, Division of General Services. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. This is Rosa Begay with Division of Social Services.
Ja, et anelso, she Mariana Khan da shijine. A he shinala, so the zin be hainzi, ba a hele, a hen sago. Ado, the Office of Legislative Counsel, a couple of us will be on the line, listening online. Ms. Lauraline Tapahi is also online. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. For all the folks on the line. In regards to the presentation by Dr. Jill Jim, she texts me and she needs to be on the road to Albuquerque kind of early. But she set the stage for last week. She appeared in person with the committee. Perhaps her second in command could be the one to come up for face-to-face committee members. Although I think she's Miss Chavez, the one that presented the budget last week. I think she might have been gone back to either OMB or OOC.
Good morning, Chair. This is Michelle with Department of Health. I'm on the call.
Okay. You're ready then, huh?
Yes,
So-
Chair. We'll make our way up to the conference room, and Ms. Chavez will be accompanying us.
Thank you. With that, Ms. Angelita Benali, could you review the proposed agenda with the committee?
Yes, Mr. Chair, you and the members of the, thank you. You have your proposed agenda for publication of the council special meeting August 5th, 2020. I'm Dr. Navajo began with detailed Jefferson and Honorable our Senator Vice Chair. Thanks to Severe Telecommunications, Leader of Information in Arizona, one call meeting to order, roll call, invitation, announcement. Official review adopt the agenda, 4, review adopt journals 9, 5, receive reports 9, business 9, 7, of legislation number 0123-22, legislation number 0124-22, number 0125-22, 0133-22E, legislation 0136-22F, legislation 0146-8, close the meeting, announcement, and
Thank you. That's what was posted on the delegate website. But yesterday we didn't finish the presentation, so we were lacking Division of Social Services and Division of Health regarding the unmet needs, carry over, and possible issuing legislative concerns or conditions of appropriation. Committee members, that's where we would modify the agenda that's read into the record for the inclusion of those two items. Committee members.
Well, I know we've done it, but I don't know if we want to do it. motion to adopt the agenda
As read.
as read, and then put on to include social services and health. 5A.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Slater. Committee members, you had heard the motion to amend the agenda and to adopt the amended agenda. And we have a second by Honorable Paul Begay. Ms. Angelica Donaldi. That action is, we've done it before.
Okay.
Your advice.
Normally my advice is to do actions but if you previously done it before, where it's all inclusive, there are parties that you're adding, in this case, you're adding to the report, A and B, one A being social services.
Sheila, committee members, we're all comfortable with the motion and the second. Okay. In that case, Honorable Manel Haluna, how do you?
I want to vote green.
Honorable Paul Begay,
That would get Paul Begay votes green.
Honorable Carl Slater,
Green.
Honorable Edison Wanika, Honorable Charlene So.
Here on the line,
Honorable Charlene So. How do you vote on the motion to adopt the modified agenda?
Chair, I vote green.
Oh, yes, Aisha, is good to hear your voice. Thank you. So let the record show a vote of 5 in favor, 0 opposed, the chair not voting. We'll then proceed to review and adopt the journals, there being none. 5, receiving report. And then that place with the modification, we have the Division of Social Services. Event on 2 items that the committee will respond with questions. So, Littleman and Ms. Sophie, you have floor, both the in-person and the teleconference floor. Thank you.
or so, and for giving us this opportunity to present to you our unmet needs. As mentioned yesterday, line, Ms. Wikish director is but I'm sure she's a response as well. And then I also just want to mention, acknowledge those that may have been impacted. Ceremonial parade, those listening out there, just know our thoughts and prayers are with you. And also, our Division of Social Services Manager is also on the line, if we need clarification. And Otto Shea, my director for Division Oshie off April or Kodo Bachel Bishop. Oshie. Unmet needs to keep, a very overkey for us, the vision. The has the level assistance. Accordingly, the office is called, consultant higher the fiber. Our computer, the network. Auto hardware geek, so, the the and the mission place. Auto the Department of Family Services, logical tweet. Between that we Auto the Nana Department of Family, AG for the IC, that is, unmet needs to go the school closed last year, online portal for it was had a really significant all the project control is account issue
Committee members, before we pour over to Ms. Sosi, any comments, questions? Honorable Edison Juanita. Thank you. Keep that focus. Honorable Paul Begay. Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair of the Committee. The presentation. Just one thought that came to my mind is it indicates Navajo school clothing and supplies. Referring to actually school supply, I'm thinking school supplies, but past, I've always thought it was just geared towards schools clothing. The supplies called actually little a lot of these schools have school supply donations or even I'm even in the process of this. So ADG, I'm thinking that that should be separate. And the main money should all be geared towards school clothing rather than and supplies. Thank you, the chair. Thank you. Anyone else?
So, question, Chair?
Honorable Colonna, you have the floor.
On the number that you're, thank you, committee members, and thank you for joining us today. I have a question on the number of people that you're serving here. And last year to this year, the year before, how much has it increased or has it gone down, the number of kids that we've been serving? So what I'm trying to figure out is if next year, the following year, we're gonna be increasing it again, or is that, how's that gonna work?
Okay. Thank you. In the area of Navajo Nation operating the domestic violence shelter in Shiprock. Update us on the hours of operation. How do we go to providing some questions that answer during the presentation? But that's the items that the committee is looking at right now. Go with that.
Okay.
Littleman, Miss Sophie.
So, and later, and members of, I will go ahead and respond, and then again, I'll give time to also write some additional. In regards to, delegate, we do have, regarding your comment, about the outreach, we do have a good luck and outreach on and off the reservation. Although last year I saw the portal website. So I'll not that we will try to think of. Although delegate I think KDC Idol school last year a dollars file because I application ID ADP for the children. Although a Hadiyaniki Amato issue clothing or ego dog. That's about not only like the paper, the pen, and virtual school, but a photo, the number of children that were served, I think EAS has served more children by $150 per child, so we can children by a proposed model with the domestic violence center. So, right now, Monday through Friday, 8 times 8 I advertise a audit class program. Any interviews if I need mock a change in the package. And put the initial
Fukushima, the associate. So at the end of that particular season, we'll open for questions again. Yes, Ms.
getting emails that people cannot hear.
Yes.
For the legislation.
How do we then turn it?
I did put it up there.
Okay.
As far as
Yes. Okay.
Did you get another vote?
Yes.
for the legislation.
Okay, testing, Miss Loya, Henderson, you hear us well now? OLC.
Mr. Chair, this is Lurleen Tapahi. Ms. Henderson is in an appointment today, so she will not be available until maybe another hour or so, but I'm covering at this point. I believe Mariana is working on other urgent matters. So I'm on the call for Hess today. Back to you.
Okay, can you hear us good?
I can hear you, Mr. Chair, but it's difficult to hear the presenters.
Okay, we put one of the mics in front of them.
Okay.
That was not.
It's just a recorder.
Okay, it's the recorder, I'm sorry.
This is the.
All right.
Could you try and call in on one of your phones or on your laptop?
Okay. Even though our presenters are in person, they're going to also log in on Zoom.
We should mute.
Okay, for all the folks on the call, we really need, our legislative council to be able to hear the presentation and to hear the questions from the committee members. So we're establishing for the presenters who are sitting right before us will Zoom in or call in so that their presentation and responses to our questions can be heard by OLC.
Oh, we have our own groups here, but we have we have Michael. Okay.
Here?
Hello?
There you go. Laureline, ask her. Ask her, Laureline.
Laureline?
Laureline?
Hello?
Say, Laureline, can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Yes, yes, that's much better.
Good, thank you.
Okay.
Laureline.
Okay, great. Thank you. Ms. Littleman, Ms. Sophie, you have the floor.
Good morning, Chair, members of the committee. I work for Division of Services. For you, we have the unmet needs that we were talking about, that Marlinda had explained, and this is for number 117008 for the school clothing program. The amount is $2,000 per student. This is 13,340 students at $150 per student. There were numerous received. We were unable to assist all students that are requesting for the school clothing. And for the business unit, 022, that's the Department of Family. The unmet need request is for, and this is for to purchase administrative furniture for the regional. And as we go on to the carryover request for general for business unit 117001, Office of the Executive Director. And what we have is all the carryover amounts in the remaining operating funds and business. These funds are for tribal system that has a database for the automated and for domestic. For the domestic violence shelter, it was the carryover that was done for FY 2021, which went into was actually all the grant agreements were done under city business 001. Budget amount that has been for the shelter agreement was $2,009,505. That are the shelters that are on authorization. For the tree house that's operated by the Division of Social Services, $291,000 as well, and that's included in our budget. So total what balances that we have, the $2,305,836 is. So, that's our request for them because they had expended all their federal funds dollars, which comes from the family violence, grant. Right now, their balance is $8,000 out of the $1,180,000 that was, allocated for them. So this carryover request, will definitely, still remain with the shelter. And for carryover amount for business unit 17022, Department of Family Services, with all carryover amounts will be removed. Operating balance in the business unit 1002 after reconciliation of the tax system that's some database of fee management and the purchase of office supplies.
Thank you. Committee members, the ball is in our court.
Mr. Chair, this is Lurleen with OLC.
Ms. Kabahi, yes.
Thank you. The sound is much better, but I would just like to ask the presenters to speak loudly so that I can hear the presenters. It was difficult to hear that last person. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Sosa, you might turn up the volume on your.
Just don't turn the volume on there, because then we'll start getting it back and forth.
Okay.
The volume won't have to help it pick up.
Okay. Okay. Committee members, any questions? Question, Honorable Purnell, hello.
Thank you, committee, and, I wanted to get back to the travel screening back again. You said, it used to be 250, right? That was the number that you used to give out, was 250?
Correct.
And now it's down to 150? So now the people that already got the 250 are gonna get theirs, and now the ones that are gonna get it now are 150. What's, how much trouble are you gonna see in that? I mean, I thought if I was getting the code, I'd be saying, hey, I want the 250, not 150. You guys gave them 250. And then the numbers don't come out right. The 13,000 that you said that was unserved, it only comes out to $1 million, over $1 million. And if you do the 250, well, you're down over $5 million. Pretty out. Do the 20,000. You said 20,000 here was unserved. Where do you give them the 13,000?
Okay, thank you. Honorable Purnell Halona. Ms. Littleman, the question is based on your memorandum at number 3. 20,000 unserved. Multiplied by 150, that ends up to be
2,050 is $3 million.
$3 million. And then at the where was the other one you found?
The one they said.
Yeah.
written on here, so she says. You need 250 times.
Okay, and then on, Exhibit E, at Business Unit 117001, in the explanation portion, over 20,000, applications not served, and additional funds is requested to assist 13,000. That's where Lona is using the 13,340 times 150.
$3 million.
And that one is, I think he's, being $3 million. Miss Sosie, Miss Littleman?
Sure, so I will go ahead and call on our executive director, next week, to explain the number of, applications that we of children, and then also the dollar amount. Yeah.
Thank you, Marlinda.
Yes, Ms. Nesbitt-Gishi.
Thank you, Chairman So and members of the Health, Education, Human Services Committee. Thank you, Delegate Helena, for asking for additional clarification on the Navajo school clothing and supplies. So in response to the amount provided in the amount of $250 for each school-age child, that is for the school year that's from August, applications that we received from August 2021 to December 17, 2021. So those are the applications period for the school year 2021-2022. So that's where we do have an unmet need. Again, our regular budget is $1,295,663. So we did deplete those funds. We also got additional funding from the donation branch of 300,000. I'm sorry, from the Casey Family Foundation that made a donation to the donation branch, and so we utilized the additional 300,000, all direct assistance to meet the needs of the applications that were received. And so this is where our unmet need is so that we can pay the remainder of applicants that did submit an application prior to December 17, 2021, and pay out those individuals all at $250. And so we do have applications that are entered into our database that have not been paid out. And this is to serve children that with school supplies or school clothing, as you may have recall, we provided a pair of pants, pair of shoes, and a jacket. And so this allows individuals to purchase the needed items. They can get more clothing depending on where they shop to get the needs of the children is where we're making that request. Now, moving forward for the next school year, which is the school year 2022 to 2023, is where we were looking at the amount of funding that we received. And if we have the same allocation of the 1.2 million, we would have to reduce those potentially the amount of the assistance to $100 or $150 to the applicants. This is where it's moving forward for the new school year. So anyone who applied prior to December 17, 2021 would all be receiving the $250 amount. So that's where we're looking at that. And so we have served individuals on and off the Navajo Nation. So those are some areas that we want to continue to focus on our children. Some who were having to do remote learning, they were using some of their funds to purchase like a tablet so that they can do their schoolwork as well. So it's not just school supplies. It's giving the family the opportunity to make those choices of how they're going to be utilizing the funds for the children's education. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Director Nezugishi.
Yeah, but still,
Okay.
that's, the problem is 250 to 150. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit, because kids are gonna cry about it. Here, she would be the one. And we're going down on stuff and the cost of everything is rising.
Yeah.
It's already risen. They're easy, 70 or 80, the ones that they want. Okay. Got a question.
Before you respond, can I ask, is there a projected carryover amount for your different general funds items right now, or budget? You can include that in your answer at the beginning or the end.
Members of the committee, the program that we're talking about, where it says 20,000 Navajo school clothing, for serve for fiscal year or academic year 2022, which we're saying that we're served. Well, out of our current budget, we're able to serve the difference of out of our current budget. If we're serving over 20,000, then we need funds for the 13. However, if we're going to increase it to 200, then our need would be more. More funding. And also on our current budget that we have, our carryover, what I was calculating is right now our projected amount, this is without all the expenses, some of the expenditures, and also the obligations, like the executive. But it might be less if the funds that are allocated for the grant for these shelters are in our business unit. There's a lot of carryover, over $2 million, but those are for the shelters. Those invoices of the grant agreement. And all the contract work. Even in those, some of them are saying that they want to pay their front ICD and I guess their lack of supplies. So their request too from using these funds were, such a federal fund, the IP shelter service. We want to continue with the general fund. Oh, there's really little funding under executive, non-effective for office family services. The key they're purchasing office furniture. So we're lacking 500. Right. So the balances that are there, so the personnel cost, the key is a very limited on the funding. Can increase the dollar amount and then increase our unmet need amount.
Sheila, thank you, Ms. Sosi. Committee members, any further questions? I had to step outside momentarily. Go ahead, Honorable Colon.
Chair, and thank you, Committee for saying that. So you asked about the unmet needs. How much do you have left on that, not unmet needs, but the expected amount, that overage? How much did you say that was?
Ms. Sosi, response?
Members of the committee, we go with $250 per student to assist 13,340 students. We would need $3,335,000. That's the amount that we would need.
Thank you.
Chair.
Honorable Colon.
We all agree that 100 that it should be up back to 250 because of the amount of clothes, the way clothes are rising and stuff like that. If he does it, then the amount will be over $3 million that they would need. That's a 2.1 million.
So that'll be an unmet need request. Right?
Yes.
So the Sheila committee is in unison on that dollar amount. Inclusion in the unmet need request. The 13,000 unserved.
Comes out to 3,335,000.
Probably 20,000.
No, 13,340 that have not been served.
With your existing budget line items for, I think that would cover all of it. That's
$5 million if they do.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
In the FY package, there's a dollar amount. What they're bringing right now is the unmet need, the ones that's not gonna be served. Basically, what will be approved within what is presented. Unmet need request then would be an additional 3 million. On budget form 1, rather than showing, or exhibit E, excuse me, rather than showing 2 million, it would show 3,335,000 committee members. Honorable Paul Gate. Thank you, Chair. So what you have figured for committee, that based on $150 per person?
Correct.
Up then. If we add the $100 to, and that's already funded, what would the total be with that? At the $100 difference for the ones that are already. Okay. The ones that already got the money, they already got the money. And then on top of that, 250 for the new one. They all got. Honorable Halona. So the numbers that you're recording here is, all the students already got 250. The 1,300 here that you're recording is the ones that haven't been met service yet, right? That's the problem right there. They already got their 250. Oh, they got it.
That was
Yeah.
from last year.
That's why.
Last year. This year, Dave,
I mean, okay, the question is, in the FY budget request, and I'm trying to find it, and it's, 008. Okay.
Budget 104.
Okay, that's in the regular budget.
That's in your regular budget.
And then in this unmet, committee is increasing it to 250. So there's going to be 2 levels of assistance. No, this one, FY 23. The budget has it at 150 per student. Oh, it does? Yes, that's what she's saying. And then for the unmet needs, the committee is saying up it. But that's just for the ones that, the number of students not included in the budget. So we're going to make 2 levels. So, committee members, I asked for some thought. Business keep it at 150. Since in here, they presented the budget to us at 150 per student. And what was it, 117,008? That's for 23, yes. Yes. This other one, the one you guys are asking about, that's from FY 22, yes. And that means that's the 1,300 you get paid? Okay, what they're saying is
in the FY 23 budget, give us $2 million more.
At one
At
fifty.
150. Okay, this is what the unmet need request is. We already packaged budget. We accepted those. We called for unmet needs and carryovers. What they're presenting is the unmet needs. So for the committee to say, put it at 250, the committee is creating two different groups. That's a concern from the chair. So we stay with their estimate at 150 per student for the 13,000 students. That would then be 150 times 13, 304, 340. That's the $2 million. Remember. If you,
Yeah.
and
5 million. If you did 20,000.
if you're talking about what's presented, Iggy, what's packaged in the binder, you're saying up at but the thing about it is, we don't know that particular inclusion of the unmet need will be accepted. That's the part, to like, but all the divisions and programs and departments, they're putting together unmet needs. But over here from OOC, hasn't said this money, this is the amount of money that's available for unmet needs requesting. That dollar amount hasn't been given out. So it's oil, garage, hey, that's the part of, I guess we have to understand committee members. Yesterday, Honorable Slater, in conversation with Speaker Damon, those carryover, ones that were unspent. Remember, last year we did carryover plus the regular budget. Would be more carryover. Hey, gather them up, make it available for unmet needs. That's, Peter, I think that's what branch chiefs are going to meet on between now and publishing. Hey, they're quite good. That's what we're faced with. Even though the committee is saying put this in a mirage of a bag of money. And I guess I'm trying to present it in a real situation. Miss Brenda Sosi.
Members of this meeting, over 20,000, I think, we're gonna be serving. The actual amount is 21,676 students. So out of that, if we're serving 21,673 students by $250, so it would be $5,480,200 that would be needed. So nothing to budget on this side. We have $1,200,000
So based off of that, our unmet need would be 4,168,000. Budget line there. Budget that we're requesting it, budget with the cost at that 1,250,000. Our budget is already what's allocated. If we are gonna serve the additional, that's when our unmet need would be the full.
Thank you, committee members. Sure. Honorable Paul Begay.
Confused. I see the point now.
Miss Angelita Pinelli?
Chair, I don't know what's going on, but we're having,
What?
I was not able to hear. I went to her station. Barely hear you. And we can't,
Oh, this is totally opposite of how we handled it yesterday.
but I believe that IT, they were gonna try something. Out there and,
Okay.
maybe extending
Okay.
and so,
Or
but after.
give us that portable mic on our side.
Oh, okay, yeah, after.
Oh,
Well, let's have the chamber.
what's that?
Sure, take over the chamber.
Push a button.
Yeah, see, that's the part. Where's mode to actually operate? Yeah, to actually operate the system within the chambers, it takes more people. Okay, how long do you think it'll take IT to get over here?
I can ask them to hold it out.
Okay, and in the meantime, okay. Go ahead, Ms. Nota. Ms. Angelita, no, the way you understand it, could you put it on the board so that the committee can actually visualize it? That other one's.
Can I ask them to put it on the board?
Sure,
Because,
okay.
I was kind of.
All right, if you would. For folks on the call, please bear with us. We've got technical difficulties, and we're improvising while we wait for our IT staff to change out equipment. Just understand, yesterday we had good connection overnight. Changed totally different yesterday. Please understand that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's way too outrageous. And you know, the having tax-free
and Mexico side this weekend. And the grandkids are already open up, but, and some of their shirts size up. Walmart. So in certain ways, what's on inventory, they're dropping it so that they can increase sales. So catch 150 would be adequate.
First, we can't hear, now we can't see.
Committee members, go ahead and put it on the board and we'll just walk over there and you can explain it there. Is the Division of Social Services operate like this all the time? I'm just kidding.
You gotta have another marker around here somewhere.
One of the,
And did they
look
get
at that.
another marker? Oh, yay. Hey.
Send that erase on
The phone. Yeah, go ahead. Just gotta hang up.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Folks on the call, the Zoom conference will be stopped so that our IT staff can change that again. Once that change in equipment occurs, please call back in. I'd say about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Anything else, we call back in 5 minutes. Thank you.